prime cell service versus subprime cell service. What's up, social world? ¿Qué tal, mundo social? Mr. Mom here, talking about cell phone service. I was with Verizon for many years, over like 20 years also. Funny enough, that's the same thing I said about DirecTV. But I was with Verizon for many years. Ended up having up to 5 lines at one point when I was in my second marriage. Five lines, and spending over $500. It was like 540-ish, I want to say. Up to over $500 on the 5 lines to have supposedly the best there was, and it was good. It was pretty good. My good buddy worked for AT&T, so he had AT&T. There was a couple places where I had service and he didn't. But nowadays I'm pretty sure it's basically the same. You got AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile. I guess those are the 4 major players, with Verizon and AT&T being the major, the big boys, and Sprint and T-Mobile keeping up with them. But I switched to a company, I guess you call them subpar company. I switched to a company called Metro PCS, and they use the T-Mobile network is what they use. And I've heard of others like Alltel, and Ting is pretty good, I guess, like on the East Coast, depending on where you're at, depending on the service. But I switched to Metro PCS, and when I had those 5 lines with Verizon paying over $500, and I switched to Metro, my bill went down to $125. $125 compared to basically $550. That's a major savings. That's a huge savings. Coverage, I haven't noticed the difference. I pretty much have coverage everywhere that I had before. There used to be a limit on the internet. Now there's no limit. It's unlimited now. So same thing with texting, unlimited. There's the basic add-ons that was with any other company, like if you wanted to call international and stuff like that. But they all charge for that. But anyway, I saved from $550 to $125. Nowadays, I just have the 2 lines. 2 lines for $80. $80 for 2 lines. There was a deal, I think I missed it, I have to investigate it. For $90, you get the 2 lines, and they add on Amazon Prime, I think, onto it. So I'm gonna look into that, because nope. Well, I don't know. Oh, and included hotspot, which I could use, which is like $10 now. If I wanted to add it on to my phone service, it's like $10 to add it on. And for one phone, I believe. Yeah, for one phone, $10. But the $90, I think, had a hotspot for both phones and added Amazon Prime onto it. So if you think about it, the Prime is almost free, because the hotspot, or down to $5 a month, instead of, what is it, $99 a year if you pay for it that way. If you pay monthly, it's 10, I believe. And I think that's been announced that's going to go up. But I got to look into that again and see if that's worth it or not. But check your providers. When I was with Verizon, I always had I maintained like the same plan for many years. The same thing with DirecTV. I was grandfathered into the old rate, the old plan. But I always called every year. Always had them compare. with what I have now with Metro, there's been no need to compare. I still check every year. You could call it, but they're not going to lower your rate. That's the rate. It's straightforward. You know, $80 tax included. Boom, that's it. So T-Mobile, I think, is trying to come up with something lower. Actually, they're all trying to come up with something lower. So maybe I'll switch back at some point. But at this point, I go with what's good. $40 a line. That's pretty good. I use it a lot. You know, I use my phone quite a bit. I don't have a landline. Got rid of landline years and years ago. All I ever got calls was to telemarketers, and if I called the house, nobody ever answered it anyway. So got rid of it. There was no point. So, what company is in your area? Share with people so that they can figure out how to save money. What cell service is available in your area, which basically is they buy bulk minutes or data from larger companies, then they sell it for cheaper. So, like I said, there's companies like Metro. Now it's called Metro by T-Mobile. But yeah, let us know down below. Share so that we can all have some savings. And if enough of us share this and enough of us have the savings, maybe you'll get the big companies to change their rates down a little bit, and then it'll be better for everybody. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that like button. Appreciate it. Bye for now.